are being filmed from me kitchen because I'm charging up my phone while I'm filming it. If I wasn't charging up my phone, I could have straightened my beard. It's got all. I've just had some soup. But the subject of it is, if you've lost someone, don't worry. You'll be able to move on in no time if you just put your mind to it. I mean, it's been 9 years since I lost my mother. I mean, I think my mother, I think she overprotected me in some ways because she knew there was something slightly wrong with me because I've been diagnosed with a form of autism called Asperger's syndrome, you see. But she her twin brother is still alive now, and if she was in the same predicament, I'd just be stuck living at home with her. There'd be no way out. It'd be like, I mean, you have to think of the 80s sitcom. Of course, it wouldn't be like that really, because if she was still alive now, she'd be in a nursing home. So I wouldn't be stuck living at home with her. I'd be living independently. But I lived with her until I was 45. And there was a in the 80s. I don't know if anyone remembers. There was a sitcom in the 80s called Sorry with Ronnie Corbett in it, and he plays this librarian called Timothy Lumsden, and he's still living at home with both his parents at 48. There was this thing song that went to it. Something like that. Anyway, and she used to be like, Timothy. But I've been living independently. I've had a life of my own. I've been living independently for the past 9 years, and it's been well worth it. I think I lost my dad when I was 33. How old am I now? 55. Next year it'll be 22 years since I lost my dad, but he was sort of very protective towards me as well, because my mother had her first child aborted, and I think sometimes with people like me and Timothy Lumsden, etc., it's hard for parents to let go really, because their child will always be their child. And I know people will say they don't want it to grow up, but growing up in this world doesn't growing up and becoming independent in this world doesn't always bring happiness, because of what about all the marriage and relationship breakups? It's rife, and that's another thing. If you've lost someone close to you in that way, if you've lost someone close to you in that way, you'll be able to move on from that. One of my best friends, he's still actually married, but he can't get a divorce on religious grounds. But he's got separated from his wife, and they were together for must say like 27 years, as a rough guess, and they had 3 children together. But it just got to the point when they couldn't stay together any longer, and he's even posted on WhatsApp that she's a barefaced liar. and I refuse to have anything to do with anyone who speaks to that lying false hypocrite. He's actually posted that about his own wife on WhatsApp. That's how low his opinion is of her. And but he's been able to move on from her. He's just living in a flat on his own now. And he said he's just moved on from the past and he's got a new life. So it's the same. It's the same. There's no difference between if you've lost your parents and if you've lost your parents, and if you've lost if your marriage or relationship is broken up, you don't worry. You can just move on from them. I moved on from my parents and made a new life for myself. And even though I still dream that I'm living in their old house with them. But when I wake up, I realise it's not reality. Your dream world is your dreams are just a bit of fantasy. That's all. It's your brain still. Your brain's still making you see things when you're unconscious. Things that are in your subconscious, but it's not reality. This is a real world. This is reality, and you got to move on from the past. So maybe you're missing your baby. Maybe you. I mean, but by baby, I mean baby in the sense that it's used in pop songs. That's another thing. Maybe you are missing your baby in a literal sense. Maybe your baby's died. I mean, my dad lost a baby. My mother had an abortion before I was born. So he never got to see his first child. But this is just. So sometimes people have miscarriages. Women have miscarriages. It's like that only fools and horses. It was a very painful experience for Rodney when his wife had a miscarriage because he never got to see the child. So there's a hand there. Handy, innit? Hello? But everyone dies for some. Everyone dies eventually in this world. So yeah, they do. Well, it's true, they do. And I've been parentless for the past 9 years. I've been living independently for the past 9 years, and it isn't easy because I tell you why it isn't easy because what I need to do is get me sleep patterns back to normal. I got a phone call from a friend this morning saying he'd arranged for me to go and meet him at the bus stop between 12 and 30 to go and see our other friend who's in a nursing home with his bad foot. And he rang me up this morning. He got me out of bed. I was still in bed when he rang me, and he said, "Could you come earlier, please?" Well, I said, I'd rather just leave it for once because I've been to see this bloke in this nursing home where he is quite a few times. And I was very tired this morning because I'm having trouble getting to bed. at a reasonable time. And I'm also, when I do get to bed at a reasonable time, I've having trouble getting to sleep because my body isn't used to going to sleep at a reasonable time. So usually, by the time I get up in the morning, it's usually 10, 11, maybe even 12 o'clock, or even later than that, because I'm too tired to get out of bed until that sort of time. I think I'm getting there gradually. I don't have the energy to do anything much really because of my sleep patterns. I've been saying to one of my Facebook friends that I get looking stuff up online. I just lose track of what time it is. I don't think, and but by the time I've finished, it's very often been like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But these are all things that need sorting out, aren't they? It's just it's a symptom of living independently. Hi. These are just difficulties involved with living independently. It's just you have to just overcome these things, don't you? So maybe you've lost your parents and you've struggled with living independently, or you've lost your husband or wife in death, or there's been a marriage breakup. And I know marriage breakups weren't as common years ago, but they are very much a thing nowadays. Anyway, put your answers in the comments below. And but it's happened to me, so just take my word for it. You can just move on and make a new life for yourself. I tell you what. There's another of my friends, one that he used to go to school with. He's making a new life for himself because he's got divorced from his wife after 20 after 20 odd years. And anyway, I best not go into that too much. You never know who's watching you, who's going to watch your video, do you? Because if you go into too much detail about what's happened in their life, and they watch the video, they'll know who it is you're talking about. So they might take it personally, mightn't they? I'll tell you this. So some men are kept from seeing the children, somehow kept from seeing the children by the wife. The wife can concoct some tale about you to a judge, and he believes it, and that way you're kept away from your children. You're not allowed to see them until they're 18. But that happens in some cases. Anyway, I wish my parents had not been so overpossessive of me, really. I wish they'd just let me go earlier than what they did. But they didn't think I had the organisational skills to live on my own. And my organisational skills are still not down to a T now. I'm a bit, as I was saying to my cleaner the other day, I'm not like unmotivated. I could start, for instance, I could start doing the washing up then. An idea might come in the head for something to post on my Facebook page or on here, and then I just leave it till another time. And I think I've used a fair amount of washing up liquid by doing that, because if you don't get your washing done all in one go, you use up too much washing up liquid. So and the fact that I need to have a cleaner coming in the first place really shows just that I'm disorganised. And the reason why I'm disorganised is because I lived with my mother until I was 45. So anyway, tell me in the comments below about what experiences you've gone through in your life as regards losing somebody and having to move on from them. Anyway, bye.